There comes a point in every season where we have to decide if we want to cut or release some players that we really like to save cap space, or if we want to give them another chance. It's coming up to that time of year, and I want to know your opinion. I'm going to give you mine. Who are we going to keep? Who are we going to cut? Who's on the trading block? Welcome to Believers Talk, and in this episode, it's going to be like them or leave them. That's what we're going to talk about in this episode. There are a couple players that might save us some money come salary cap if we're looking to gain more salary cap. Talked about the salary cap issue for the Buffalo Bills in the last episode, where we're at in the salary cap, still in the top 10, so we're still looking good. But if we want a little more extra cash, where can we get it? So we're going to talk about that. Who's on the trade? Who might be on the trade block? And what to expect from the 2019 Buffalo Bills before camp even begins. Before we do that, however, I want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. Tell me about the guys that you think we should maybe think about releasing, or maybe that we should think about trading before the season starts. But again, thank you for joining me on this episode. Not only do we cover the Buffalo Bills, bang, we cover the Buffalo Sabres, bang, we do it all here. Buffalo Bulls action going to happen this Friday, both men's and women's. I will be live for that. So after you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because we go live all the time. I look forward to seeing you there. And again, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, like this video somewhere down here. I don't know, thumbs up. Hit that, and we'll see you in future episodes. So again, thank you for joining my Believers Talk. We're going to talk about some players on the Buffalo Bills who might end up saving us some money. And guys, just because I'm going to mention their names does not necessarily mean that I want to see them go. I don't. Some of these names I really like, and I don't want to see them go. But you have to look at the cap space and say, is it worth kind of thinking about it? Maybe trading them or releasing them altogether. So, and then of course, let me know what you think in the comment section, and let me know if there's a name I missed, someone that you think, oh, well, can we get rid of this guy? So I'm gonna let you know now that all my numbers come from Spotrac. So if you want to go to Spotrac.com, they give you all of the NFL salary cap news. So you want to go there, check out your favorite team. If your favorite team is the Bills, if you want to check if I said things correctly on this video, you can do that. So let's get started right away. And first, I want to start off by saying who are some of our bigger number guys are, right? Who is making the most money? And first on the list, and who the guy making the most money for the Buffalo Bills on their roster, Star Lotulelei, signed last year during the offseason, currently making $11.5 million this season. For 2019, the cap hit is actually more at $12.4 million. So it would cost us more to get rid of him than it would be to keep him. So I'm pretty sure his job is safe, and again, he did a decent job in 2018, so I look forward to seeing what he can do in 2019. Now, our second guy who's making the most money on the Buffalo Bills is someone we just signed for agency. That's going to be Mitch Morse, who's making basically $11 million this season. But again, his dead cap money is more than what he's worth, so he's worth less to keep on the team. So let's keep him. Again, we just signed for him, so that would be stupid to release him at this point. But then you look down at the third guy making the most money for the Buffalo Bills, and you say, he would be a cap hit if we kept him on, and that's okay. I like him. I thought he had a good year last year. Dude make $10.4 million this year. Jerry Hughes, defensive end. So Jerry Hughes is due to make $10.4 million this season. However, if we were to cut him, the dead cap money would only be $2.9 million. So what does that mean? Do some quick math. 10.4 minus 2.9, that gives you $7.5 million you would save in cap space. So is it worth it? You have to ask yourself, is keeping Jerry Hughes worth it? Now, we know that we're already a little short at defensive ends. We know that that's a position of need that we might address come NFL draft, some edge rushers that might get after the quarterback. So do we want to get rid of one? Probably not. But that's a name that you have to think about, maybe some trade value there. Again, you'd be saving $7.5 million. That's not anything to sneeze at, but at the same time, still in a good way compared to other teams in cap space. So is that something you want to do? That's something for Brandon Beane to decide. I wouldn't want to see it for Jerry Hughes. Maybe a trade. The trade value there, depending on what teams are willing to give up. I'd do a second round value somewhere around there for Jerry Hughes. Let me know what you think. Would you be willing to trade some player for player type thing? That's always interesting. But We haven't seen the Bills involved in too many trade rumors or trade news recently, so unless something comes out of nowhere, I think Jarrett Hughes is safe for the Buffalo Bills. The next name, of course, is somebody that everyone's mentioned before, whether he's staying, whether he's going, and then the signing of Frank Gore made you wonder a little bit more what's going to happen to this guy. That's LeSean McCoy, currently the fourth highest paid player on the Buffalo Bills, making a little over $9 million this season, or did make a little over $9 million this season. And if we released him, cut him, whatever have you, he would only be due $2.6 million. So that would be our dead cap money hit for a savings of $6.425 million. So you have to wonder, with that running back room getting a little crowded, does that mean LeSean McCoy is on his way out? Again, this is one of those guys. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think we're going to give LeSean McCoy another year. Give him a prove-it year. Again, this is the last year of his contract anyway, so it might be better for you to keep him. I will be talking about that other running back in the running back room here in a little bit, but it might be worth it to keep him this season, LeSean McCoy. He has given you 2 Pro Bowl seasons, so you wonder what's left in the tank. Last year, not a great season. We revamped that offensive line, hopefully for the better, and hopefully we'll see an improvement from LeSean McCoy. The next name on this list is a name that's not going to be popular to be said in this segment. I understand that. It's not popular by me, but I'm just talking from a money standpoint, what he would save or what the Bills would save if they cut him. I'm going to talk about Stephen Hauschka. We know he had a rough end of 2018. However, I do think that had a lot to do with the injury in the Jets game. And I really want Stephen Hauschka back. I think if he's fully healthy, he's still going to be one of the better kickers in the NFL. However, he is due to make $3.25 million this season, only due $1 million of that if he is cut by or released by the team. So that would save us, of course, $2.25 million. Is that worth it for a kicker? That's what you got to ask yourself. This is a kicker position. Normal average money for a kicker in the NFL isn't that high. So if you're saving $2.25 million, is it worth releasing him? But then you have to ask yourself, who are you getting at the kicker position? Maybe you're going to draft a kicker late or pick up a kicker in undrafted free agency. Of course, we did that last season, but that was just to give someone some reps during the preseason, during camp. We didn't want Stephen Hauschka to get too many reps during camp, and we'll probably do that again this year. But I don't think Stephen Hauschka has to worry about his job security. I feel like his job is pretty safe. Going down this list, the next guy is that next running back in the running back room. We're talking Chris Ivory, due to make $2.9 million, a little bit over that this season. Would only be a $750,000 hit to the dead cap situation, so it would be a saving of $2.156 million. Again, we signed Frank Gore for $2 million, right? So even if that evens out, that's still you saving a little over $150,000 and probably get a little bit better of a player, right? Frank Gore, again, if you look at the stats, and I went over that in his video that I did, if you go over the stats, he has a little bit of a better statistical year last year than Chris Ivory, and he has, of course, a Hall of Fame resume before that. So maybe getting a little bit better at the running back position for a little bit less, that's always a good thing. Moving down the list, the next name is someone who also has been mentioned a bunch, and that's Russell Bodine. Russell Bodine do make $2.8 million, a little bit over that this season, only due $500,000 if we cut him this off season for a saving of $2.3 million, and that is a big amount of money, especially considering we just signed 4 or 5, I think it's 5, possibly even 6 offensive linemen this free agency. So maybe Russell Bodine is someone who is expendable at this time, and for that reason, I actually think he is going to be gone. I think Chris Ivory is going to be gone. I think Russell Bodine is also going to be gone, and then this guy, the next guy I'm going to mention, Vladimir Dukas, I think he also will be gone. He will be giving us a savings of $2 million. I think those 3 names you can expect to see cut or released by the Buffalo Bills before the season starts, maybe even before the draft. I'm not sure how their contracts work as far as when you have to pay them. I don't think you have to pay them until right after the draft. So we might see after the draft as well, but who knows with Brandon Beane what he is going to do. Some other names on this list who are going to be saving a little bit of money for us. Got Raphael Bush would be saving us $1.5 million. Marcus Murphy you might be seeing getting cut, especially if we draft a running back. Again, that running back room is getting a little full, so you're talking about a savings of $720,000. And then Lafayette Pitts You know, he's kind of borderline. I know we like him at corner. I like him at corner. I don't think he's going away. I think his job's safe, especially for the money due. But if we cut him, he would save us $720,000 as well. So those are some of the names that I looked up that would save us some money. Now, is it worth it? That's something you got to tell me. What do you guys think? Most importantly, that's something Brandon Beane has to decide, right? What is it worth to keep these guys, and is it worth more to let them go? And that's something that you always have to ask yourself every offseason. So I'll be interested to see what they say. But again, let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Do you think the Buffalo Bills might find a silent trade partner here? A trade might pop up. I don't think so. Again, the Bills normally not huge as far as trading players pre-NFL draft. However, if you remember last year, you talk about Tyrod Taylor, you talk about Cordy Glenn, you talk about a few big names that we traded then. So maybe that will come up again. Who knows? What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this list of names? Do you think we should release some of these players? Again, I named the 3 or 4 that I think should be released with Chris Ivory, Russell Bodine, Vladimir Dukas, and Marcus Murphy. Those are the 4 guys that I wouldn't be surprised if I saw get released. All these other guys I feel like are pretty safe. Stephen Hauschka, I'm a huge fan of Stephen Hauschka. It would be very disappointing if they release him. Jerry Hughes, I feel safe. McCoy might be on the edge, especially depending on what happens in the Atlanta situation. But we'll see how that transpires. But again, let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know if there was a name I didn't mention. But again, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. My name is Joe. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, the season's coming fast, rapidly approaching. Again, we will be covering the draft. I'll be giving you a mock draft for the Buffalo Bills, a first-round mock draft. March Madness is here. Selection Sunday already happened. We will be covering both the men and women Friday. The men will start around 4 o'clock, the women around 4:30. So I'll be doing the split screen action and giving you the play-by-play for each game as it happens. So I'm excited to do that. I look forward to it. I hope you guys look forward to it too. If you're stuck at work, stop by. We'll have a good time. So thank you for joining my Believers Talk. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment. I'll talk to y'all soon. Until I do, go Bills.